Hi everyone, welcome to Homeschool Autism Life. My name is Jamie, and first and foremost I want to wish everyone watching a happy new year, and I pray that your year has peace and joy despite whatever circumstances 2021 may bring you. So I wanted to get right into this video discussing my word for this coming year. I kind of did it last year, kind of didn't, and I went back and watched it, and I said something in that video that I thought was even more poignant after 2020 than it was in 2019. I had mentioned that I don't particularly like using the word resolutions. I use goals, and I feel that resolutions brings this connotation of I am resolutely going to do this, that, or the other thing. And unfortunately, I feel, and what I had said then was, is it doesn't allow for life. And I'll go one step further and say that I don't think it allows necessarily for God to change your goals or your resolutions and turn your boat, so to speak. So this past year, I feel like everybody has had to deal with the wind and the waves of this past year, and our family is no different. I was really conscious starting in March when things kind of started going crazy that in my household I wanted to create a sense of calm and a sense of peace despite what was happening. It wasn't that we were sticking our heads in the sand so much as on our little boat in Alberta, in our little house in the sea of storms, that we were a place where my kids could feel secure on the solid rock that God is in control no matter what. He wasn't surprised by 2020. Nothing that happened was scary to him. It wasn't, oh no, what am I going to do, or what are we going to do? And so we were really focused on that and doing outreach and making sure that we sent cards to seniors' homes or meals to people who might need them, and it was such a wonderful time, especially over Christmas. So, that being said, what is my goal or my word for 2021? And it was something that I kept saying over and over in my Christmas videos was the word intentional. And part of that is because I feel like God, in the midst of the storms, the wind, and the waves, had steered our boat in a different direction than I had planned. Namely, that I was going to homeschool all three of my children. I was still getting used to homeschooling Darian and whatever, and so my goal for 2020 was to really focus on his homeschool, and God was like, nope. And that was okay because Darian did excellent. Having his sister's home has been a wonderful balm to his soul, and he is learning in leaps and bounds to communicate with them, and it's been wonderful to watch. So my goal was not God's goal, and that is okay that we adjust our plans based on what He would have us do. So I am being intentional about certain things with the mindset that if God changes a goal, that is okay. So, what am I going to be intentional about? Well, namely Darian's school. That's number one for me, is Darian's school. Because of co-teaching in March, and then summer break, and then my on again, off again surgery, and trying to get the girls, routines set up. His school was so hit and miss, it was redonkulous. So I would really like to be intentional about getting him on a school routine that works for both of us. And I'm not, like I said, begrudging the last year, because I think, some of the strides he made with having his sister's home was awesome and needed to happen. And I wouldn't necessarily have made that choice if I had not been pushed into it, and that's okay. The next thing that I want to be intentional about is a schedule. I am finding, especially after the last several weeks of recovery from surgery and then moving into the Christmas season, I haven't been really intentional and focused about getting our schedule up and running. My husband took 9 days off, so there was just not a lot of time for me to go, okay, I really want to push on getting a schedule, but I need a schedule as well so that I can be up a little bit earlier than I have been over this holiday time and that sort of thing, so that I can really maximize my time with my kids and maximize their learning potential as well as Darian's. I really need that schedule for that. And then the third thing is I want to be intentional about my time, really looking at what is the time eaters in my life, and part of it is my phone. I find myself needing to just zone out sometimes, and then it ends up being a lot longer. And so I really want to pull back a little bit on that. I also have been misplacing things a lot, little scrap pieces of paper, and I'm super excited about how I've been intentionally fixing that problem, and stay tuned for that video because it'll be so awesome. Hopefully in the day when there's more light. My husband did not leave with the youngest until before supper. So this is the video you get. And then the last thing is meals. We'd made kind of a pseudo meal plan, and it was working really well initially, and then some of the things that we needed to prep ahead weren't happening, and so then it kind of throws our meal plan out the window. So those are the things that I am being intentional about, and if there's anything that comes up that God goes, I want you to be intentional about that, then I am really excited about doing that as well. Dear friends, thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. If you are new, welcome. If you are not, thanks for coming back. And I pray, as I said at the beginning, that you have a wonderful new year, despite what may or may not happen. Friends, have a wonderful evening. One-dorable, Darian says, one-dorable new year. We'll see you next time. Bye.